This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to Asia Training Solutions. Thanks for joining. Uh, we'll wait for 2 more minutes for other learners to join and then we'll start our discussion. 2 minutes we'll wait and then we'll start our discussion, guys. Thanks for joining. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. Thank you. Once again, hi everyone. Welcome to Asia Training Solutions. So today, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about the course content that we are going to cover as part of performance engineering. Before going to that, myself Saravanan Srinivasan. So I'm going to take you through this entire journey of performance engineering session. So, so this session, this particular session is actually to evaluate what we are going to learn and how we are going to learn, kind of thing. So I encourage each and every one of you. Please stop me at any point of time. Ask your question, whatever your requirement, and based on that we'll discuss and then we'll come to the conclusion. So I'm expecting all of you, please show up your participation so that this will be kind of an interactive session. So I'm expecting anything that I'm telling which is not in line to your understanding, please stop me at any point of time. We will discuss and then we'll move on. Okay, so with that brief introduction, I'll quickly show you the course content what we are going to cover. Okay, I'll set the context. Okay, because say there are performance testers. Okay, there are performance testers, they are already doing certain level of testing activity. But over the period, if you are doing the repeated action or repeated activity that you are doing, people will expect something additional from you. They'll say like, why don't you do this activity, that activity, kind of. So that transition from performance testing to performance engineering, that is also the expectation of this session. And also the a specific job role. Performance engineering is a specific job role that I wanted to perform, be it like contribution in the front end side, or middleware, or DB, or infrastructure level. Wherever you wanted to show up your contribution, yes, you are going to learn this course content, and possibly you are going to contribute in each of the layer. Guys, am I audible, guys?
Yeah.
Am
Yes.
I clear, right? My voice is clear for
Yes,
everyone.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pavan, you can check your connectivity, please. Yeah, sometimes connectivity issue will be there. Yeah. So, yeah, coming back. So the objective is we are going to contribute wherever possible. We can contribute it, and also that the transition from performance testers to performance engineers also nowadays the expectation. Even when I started this journey, also that is how I started. Maybe in your real world also you can connect the situation in your personal life. say you are doing a performance testing activity over the period of time. Say you are doing it for 8 years, 10 years, like that, and maybe during one-on-one session with your manager may be asking like, hey, you are doing a scripting or you are doing execution. This is something normal. I mean, anybody can do it. Even 3-year experienced or 4-year experienced performance testers can do it. I am expecting more from you. I'm expecting more from you. Why you are not contributing in that layer? Why you cannot do early performance testing or contribution towards infrastructure side or database side or application side or front end side? That question maybe your manager will ask, right? So yes, for those scenarios and situation, how we are going to prepare yourself, how we are going to equip yourself to see those situations. So that's where the learning of performance engineering concept is actually comes into picture, guys. Okay. And one more thing also, during interviews. Okay, during interviews nowadays actually, uh, I mean, I don't know, that's the expectation from the interviewer, that you should know certain engineering concepts as well. I mean, I don't know whether you guys are going to do it in the real world. That is different story. Even the organization where you are going to get I mean selected, right? In those organization also they will give that opportunity or what, that is different story altogether. But during the interview they are asking these questions. I saw that, I saw the pattern. Personally I saw that, and also I heard from all the learners, those who are attending in sessions with us. So now the trend is, now the trend is, at least you should know about these engineering concepts. I don't know, in this forum anybody trying or attending interviews in the recent times. Okay, actually they are asking something related to infrastructure monitoring, CPU utilization, memory utilization, disk utilization, or they are something asking related to your client side monitoring, at least to know about like time to first byte means what, first visual change means what, on load means what, full load means what, first contentful paint means what, large contentful paint means what, like that. Whether you are going to do it in the real world, that is immaterial for them. They are checking whether you have understanding about those concepts or what. Okay, even there are instances they are asking like, have you ever done database monitoring or what, have you ever done lengthy query time, or even have you ever identified deadlock or something like that. They are asking question during the interview. You cannot say, right, anyways I'm not going to do it, why you are asking this kind of question. No, that's not the scenario. You have to answer for those questions as well, right? So that is how the situation is nowadays. uh, be it like performance tester attending interview and getting performance engineering question, or you are moving your journey from performance testing to performance engineer, or you yourself recruited as a performance engineer to do certain kind of optimization in the application. All those scenarios and situations in which these concepts or these learning will help you guys. I'll take a pass here, guys. Any question till now? Yeah, thank you. So I hope we are discussing all the way in line to your expectation. So yeah, thank you. So that's where the performance engineering learning is actually comes into picture. Even uh, one of the learner who attended a performance engineering session with us, how we provided feedback is that like, during the interview, if I am telling normal performance testing concepts, they are not getting that wow factor. They are not getting that wow factor. But whenever I'm talking these performance engineering concepts, they are saying like, wow, that kind of a impression I'm getting, sir. So yes, the trend is actually moving towards that. I mean, everybody should know about engineering concepts as well. And also, if you are going to work in a product based organization, be it like, yes, everywhere is there, but more towards product based organization, what they are doing, they are checking that you have end to end understanding, right from performance testing and performance engineering concepts as well. Because you should be like a all-rounder, right? I mean, you should know about all these concepts. That is the expectation from the stakeholder. So yes, so these are the introduction as such that I wanted to tell you before even going to discuss about the course content. I'll quickly show you the course content, what are all the things that we are going to cover. So first of all, I wanted to set the context like say this is a learning, this is a journey that we are starting. Okay, this is a learning journey that we are starting. It's going to happen for a period of time. Okay, but I wanted to start the learning across the layer. I don't want to focus only on app layer, only on infrastructure, only on database, only on client side. No, I don't want to do that like a single focused course content. I don't want to create a single focused course content. But what I basically created here is that like the learning should be starting across the place. But it can be a incremental learning, but we have to start somewhere, right? We have to start somewhere, but on top of it we have to learn certain things as well. Okay, that's how this course content is actually designed. Why I designed it in this way is that like with the minimum possible hours we have to learn maximum things. Okay, with the minimum possible hours we have to learn maximum things. That's how I designed this course content basically. Okay, so because why I'm setting this in the upfront is that like whenever I'm showing this course content, maybe somebody will ask like, why not this, why this, why can't be that, why this, that kind of a question. But the answer is very simple. Somewhere we have to start. That is how this key important concept that we started. On top of it, yes, over the period of time when you are getting an opportunity, we need to learn the other things also slowly. It's a journey, it's a progressive journey, but we are starting today. That is how we designed this course content itself basically. Okay, so with that understanding we'll go into the first topic, which is performance engineering in performance engineering introduction, because that is very important. Introduction part is very very important. Okay, because now also many do not have a proper segregation or differentiation between what is performance testing and performance engineering basically. That context setting is actually important, right? So that is the reason in the introduction part of it we are going to discuss about performance engineering means what. Okay, and then life cycle, any activity that we are doing, be it like development activity, testing activity, performance testing activity, performance engineering activity, any activity that we are doing, life cycle is important. Okay, so if I ask the developers, they'll say SDLC, software development life cycle. Similarly, if I ask I mean malware testers, they'll say STLC. Okay, software testing life cycle. Even if I ask performance tester, they'll say PTLC, performance testing life cycle. So similarly, performance engineers, we are also having a life cycle, performance engineering life cycle. Why we are discussing that performance engineering life cycle? Because then only we have a clarity where to start, where to go, where to end, right? So that is important. Performance engineering life cycle is actually very very important, so that we are going to learn each of the layer, what we are doing, how we are doing, kind of things we are going to discuss. And then straight away next question will come, sir, so if you are explaining this life cycle, what are all the activities performed by the performance engineer, sir? Because right now I am doing certain activity, whether my current activity is inline to the performance engineer's life activities or what, or where I mean if I wanted to be a performance engineer, what I have to do or what I have to learn additionally. So that is what we are going to discuss in this third topic, activities performed by the performance engineers. Whether client side monitoring you are doing, application monitoring you are doing, database monitoring you are doing, infrastructure monitoring you are doing, all those things are actually the activities. Means what are all the sub activities that we are going to do, that we are going to discuss in the third topic. Okay, basically in the introduction part of it, basically in the introduction part of it we are going to discuss about each of these line items. So with that understanding, okay, introduction we know, straight away we are going to the Java performance engineering concepts. Java performance engineering concepts. Okay, so Java performance engineering concepts, okay, renowned technology, so that is the reason we selected Java. In that, straight away whenever we are learning about Java, the first understanding would be what you have to learn about: JVM architecture, Java virtual machine architecture. JVM architecture we have to learn. So inside JVM, what are all the things are there? all the things like class loader subsystem means what, okay, method area, heap area, stack area, all the explanation we are going to discuss. Okay, and also memory definition side. Okay, which memory we have to define it, what is the argument through which we are going to define the memory, that also we are going to discuss in the JVM architecture. So once you are understanding the JVM architecture, how to monitor the JVM, okay, because that is very important, right? You are, say like you are running a Java program or Java software, okay, Java program or software that you are running, it is going to run on where? JVM. Okay, your Java program or software, where it is actually going to run? In the JVM. Okay, in the JVM it is actually going to run, means we have to monitor. While monitoring the JVM, we have to monitor like what happened to CPU, what happened to heap memory, what happened to non-heap memory, what happened to thread, what happened to garbage collection. All those things are actually important. Okay, so maybe whatever the word that I'm using right now, for you guys, certain things would be little, I mean, high level, not a problem, because everything we are going to learn in detail. Okay, in our regular session, we are going to discuss everything in detail, so not a problem. Each of the topic we are going to discuss in a detailed way. Okay, so for the JVM monitoring, I'm going to explain in two ways, guys. One is open source utility tool option, another one is commercial tool option. Okay, open source utility tool option, another one is commercial option. Okay, so open source utility tools are like JVisual VM and JConsole. JVisual VM and JConsole. Through that, how to monitor the JVM, we are going to discuss with a practical example. So what we will do, we will set up one sample application in our machine, and then that sample application is a Java application that we are going to monitor in the JVisual VM. While monitoring, what are all the key metrics or key data that you are going to monitor, and how you are going to find your application is actually struggling for resource or struggling for CPU, that we are going to discuss in a detailed way. I'll take a pass here, guys. Any question till now? Yeah. So that we are going to use JVisual VM and JConsole for open source option, and there is one more commercial tool called YourKit Java Profiler, YJP. They shortly call that as YJP, YourKit Java Profiler. YourKit Java Profiler commercial tool. We are going to learn that JVM monitoring. And we are also going to discuss about the heap structure. I mean, how garbage collection is actually working in Java, right? Java garbage collection, how it is actually working. We are going to have a pictorial explanation for what is, yeah, what is, just a minute. Yeah, sorry, guys. So Java garbage collection, how it is actually working. So actually your JVM heap memory means what, non-heap memory means what, or young generation means what, old generation means what, perm generation means what, like that and all I'm going to explain. Maybe now also this is actually looks to be little technical only, but during the session you will understand what are all these subsections. Garbage collection means what, minor garbage collection means what, major garbage collection means what, full garbage collection means what, like that we will discuss, guys. Okay, so that also we are going to discuss. And then there is a concept called heap memory definition. Heap memory, those who are working in JMeter tool, maybe I don't know how many are working in JMeter tool. Those who are working in JMeter tool may be aware of this heap memory concept. Any JMeter performance testers, please?
Yes, Arun. I
Sweta,
am.
Sweta, Sugumaran, yeah, nice. So when you guys are running a large volume performance testing, you are doing the modification in the XMS and then XMX value, right? You guys are doing, right?
Yeah, we have to configure it in the JMeter property file.
Correct. Very good. That's one. So it's the same concept. That's actually a Java concept only. So whenever you wanted to increase, decrease, or configure your heap memory definition, you are going to use the XMS and then XMX value. So I'm going to explain that also. And then there are different garbage collection concepts that are there, guys. Garbage collectors basically. So serial GC means what? Parallel GC means what? Concurrent mark and sweep means what? G1 GC means what? All those things. Okay, this JMeter performance testers, you know what garbage collection is used in JMeter?
No, sir. No idea.
Okay, yeah.
No, I
So if I
haven't
quick,
used it.
yeah, not a problem. So if I quickly go to my folder, JMeter folder, so JMeter, if you open it in Notepad++, so look at here, guys. This is what I told you, XMS, XMX value. JMeter is using G1 GC. Okay, G1 GC. First garbage collection. JMeter is using G1 GC. Okay, maybe, I mean, just for understanding, I'm saying. So real time also, in your Java servers, wherever you are struggling for resources, you can configure the heap memory XMS, XMX using this option, and you can even configure your garbage. Sorry, Sukumaran, you have any questions, Sukumaran?
No, no, I just muted.
Okay, sure. So different types of garbage collectors we are going to discuss, and then thread pooling concepts, that is also we are going to discuss, and then JDBC connection pooling also we are going to discuss. And during interview, I told you, right, people will ask different questions. So they'll ask thread dump analysis means what, heap dump analysis means what, and garbage collection analysis means what. These three things are very important. Okay, very important. Heap dump means what, thread dump means what, garbage collection means what. So I'm going to explain what is that, how to capture, how to analyze, what are all the options that are there. So all the three things we are going to discuss: heap dump analysis, thread dump analysis, garbage collection analysis. That's what I told you during the interview. If you are saying like I have a good amount of experience in doing this heap dump, thread dump, garbage collection and all, they'll feel, or they'll understand that you as a different profile altogether. I mean, that's what I'm repeating it again. Whether you are not doing it in the organization or not, but people will expect you to know all these things. Okay, that's the scenario. Yeah, Vishal, you can ask your question.
Yeah, so is it only for the Java based application, or if let's say we have like a .NET based application, so are we covering around that as well?
That's what I initially set the expectations, right? Like, so we don't want to make this as a heavyweight course. That is the reason we selected a particular thing to cover across the places. That is the reason we selected Java. But quite a similar understanding would be there in .NET as well, but we are explaining it in the different place. Okay, but like what we are doing in Java, we are not doing it in .NET, but we'll explain about garbage collection concept of .NET in a different place. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. And then a basic understanding about memory leak means what, out of memory means what is the basic difference of it, like that we are going to discuss. So basically all these are something we wanted to more focused on the Java side, on the application level Java side. Straight away, once application is actually covered, okay, introduction covered, application covered, straight away we are going to infrastructure monitoring, which is the next layer, infrastructure layer. So infrastructure level, we are going to cover two things. One is Windows Server, another one is Linux Server. Okay, both the things. Okay, Windows Server what we are going to do, Linux Server what we are going to do, because nowadays many are not doing the infrastructure monitoring, or they don't have a clarity about what is actually happening in the infrastructure level. Okay, so I would suggest, at least, I mean, this understanding is important. What is happening in the Windows Server level, or what is happening in the Linux Server level and all, it is all important. Okay, that is what we are going to discuss in a detailed way. Windows Server level, there is a concept called perfmon. Okay, performance monitor, in short it's called as performance. How to do the performance monitoring or performance monitoring, we are going to discuss in a detailed way, like how to collect the how to create the data collector set, how to create the data, how to plot the graph and understand each of the metric. Okay, here only I told you, right, Java garbage collection we are going to discuss here. .NET garbage collection we are going to discuss. Okay, I'll explain infrastructure monitoring side, right, that time I'll explain that. And similarly, Linux server monitoring. Actually, in Linux server, there is a utility called nmon is there, but I'll little touch upon other commands. Okay, during interview, many interview I saw this pattern. I mean, they'll ask like, what are all the commands that are there to do the monitoring like that. So in that situation, we are going to discuss about vmstat, iostat, netstat, top, sar, what are all those commands and how to execute and then how to get the data, right? So that we are going to discuss in the Linux monitoring side. So Windows monitoring we are doing, Linux monitoring we are doing, basically to cover the infrastructure layer. Okay, infrastructure layer coverage we are doing it in the this section. And third and the next section is actually database level monitoring. Okay, so Java application covered, infrastructure covered. Next one is database level monitoring. In that, we took the familiar database, which is the Oracle DB, because I mean most of them will ask like, have you ever done AWR report, automatic workload repository? AWR report, you know, or what? You analyze the AWR report or what, like that they'll ask. So we are going to discuss about AWR report means what. Okay, predominantly AWR report means what. Along with that, we'll discuss about ADDM and ASH report as well. So ADDM report means what, ASH report means what, like that. So basically, in this particular session, we are going to cover Oracle database monitoring concepts. Oracle database monitoring concept. Straight away, next one is actually the client side monitoring, guys. This particular section is very important, because right now all the customer, they started asking this question. They are asking like, have you ever done I mean, client side monitoring or browser monitoring or user experience monitoring or real user monitoring? Actually, terms are same, guys. Okay, everything is same, whatever I use, the word is actually same, but end of the day you wanted to capture the metric. And that too nowadays, actually traditionally there are matrices that are there. That is what I told you. First visual change means what, time to first byte means what, time to interactive means what, on load means what, full load means what. Those are all the traditional methods. But now Google Google, they introduced a set of metric called what? Anybody aware of it? What is that? Google introduced a set of metric called,
Yeah, it's like contentful page load,
yeah,
and
very good.
there
Google
are
Web
many more.
Vitals. Google
Yeah,
Web
Google Flip.
Vitals. Okay.
Yes.
Web Vitals. So that also
I
we
have
are going to discuss. Sorry.
no, I have set up this using the Grafana and K6.
Yeah, yeah. So now every customer, they started talking about these. Actually, you may be in the performance testing world for 6 years, 10 years, and all, but there is a slight transition in the performance testing job role nowadays. I don't know how many of you experienced that, are going to experience, I don't know, but that is a point where we are right now. No more you can say like, I'll do only traditional performance testing. No, nowadays the expectation or ask from the customer is a little changed. Okay, so that's where these client side monitoring or other stuffs are comes into picture. Even people are started talking about SRE, observability, chaos engineering, like that, and all people started talking about. So which means, why I'm giving these information, the learning should go to the next level. Okay, the learning should go to the next level. If you are staying in the same level, you are not fully fulfilling the expectation from the customer. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so make sure, I mean, we are learning something, upgrading, upskill, cross skill ourselves, so that we are in line to, or meeting the expectation from the stakeholder. That is what the expectation is. Clear, guys? Everybody clear with what we are discussing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have one more question. Like, are we going to
Please.
cover this with a Java application only, or front end could be on the Angular or any other uh,
See,
technology as well?
front front end we can use any web-based application to learn the front end concept. Okay, so that we will use any application. So Java application level, front end can be any web application. DB is actually I'm using Oracle DB, and then all these things can be we are going to use APM tool as well. So APM learning also we are doing. So almost everything is actually covered. Okay.
Okay.
So here in the client side monitoring, uh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Here in the client side monitoring, we are going to learn about GT metrics, one tool, and then web page test, which is another tool, and then Chrome Dev Tools, which is another. So three different tools in which how to do the client side monitoring. Also, we are going to discuss this. Okay. So it's like say in this course, what we are doing, we are trying to expand our knowledge by learning different tools. If you remember, like I'm saying, like GT metrics, web page test, and then Dev Tools, even Dev Tools along with that Lighthouse. Okay, and then I mentioned about URKit Java Profiler or JVisual VM, JConsole or AWR reports like that. We are going to expand our knowledge across the layer, and it is actually going to add value in your resume as well. Weightage. Okay. So that is also something that we are going to learn it additionally. And the another one is code profiling. Okay. Whenever we are talking about engineering part of it, this section is important. Code profilers. Okay, basically finding the issue in the code level itself. Finding the issue in the code level itself. So we are going to execute a sample program. In that sample program, how to identify the hotspot using the profiling tool. This is very important learning, because at least we are going to talk about, yes, in code level I wanted to identify the problem, means there is a tool called profilers, and I am going to learn two profiler. One is YourKit Java Profiler, and then Java Profiler. Okay, J Profiler, YourKit Java Profiler are the two profilers I'm going to learn. And whenever we are executing a program, either in Eclipse or IntelliJ or NetBeans, whatever, that IDE can be integrated with our profiling tools, and we can reach to the line of code, which line the problem is, which line of code the problem is. I wanted to understand it, means I need to use profiling tool. Profiling tool is actually predominantly used by the developers, but here in this course content we are going to learn about a profiling tool as well, because whenever we are telling about problem, you should know about that activity. So that is what we are going to learn here. We are going to learn about a JProfiler tool, and how to do the hotspot identification and all. And then a very important concept and tool, which is actually Dynatrace. In Isha, we are separately running a batch only for Dynatrace learning. Only for Dynatrace learning we are running a batch. But here in this course content, we are integrating or incorporating this understanding into this course content, because if you learn this particular tool, you will do n number of root cause analysis. We are going to cover it in a very detailed way, this particular tool, so that along with the other tools like profiling tool or JVM monitoring tool or DB monitoring tool or infrastructure monitoring tool, this is also important, APM tool. And if your customer is actually having APM tool, how to leverage the APM tool to pinpoint the problems, and how we are going to provide more details and more insight about the problem statement to the stakeholder. That is very important. We are going to cover it in this Dynatrace APM tool we are going to learn. And then finally actually if during the interview they may ask like how to do the production log analysis, or you tell me what are all the frequent problems that you encountered with respect to CPU, with respect to memory, with respect to response times, like that. So that details also we are going to discuss in a detailed way. I'll take a pass here, guys. Any question till now?
So, so production monitoring is called as synthetic monitoring. Both are the same terms or the different terms?
See, production monitoring as such, it's a huge word, okay, because a lot of things are associated inside that. Synthetic monitoring is more towards availability. I mean, server is actually up and running or what, or your there are URL, if I'm loading, how much of a time it is actually taking, kind of. Basically more towards availability and performance is actually your synthetic monitoring, synthetically checking, I mean robotically or automatically checking. That is actually a synthetic monitor. But production monitoring means that's a huge word, right? Anything and everything is whatever you are doing with respect to application availability, uptime, recovery, resiliency, or logging, everything is actually related to production monitoring. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Sachin, you can ask your question, Sachin. We are unable to hear your voice, Sachin. Maybe a mic problem. You can type in your question also, not a problem. You can type in your question, I'll explain. Sai Charan, please.
Yeah, yes.
Sai Charan.
One doubt for me is like, is the monitoring or else performance ensuring what we are going to do here in this course, will it be helpful for the application which is running in the Kubernetes? Previously, we were running in the hypervisor, right? So presently, our application will be going to run in the Kubernetes infrastructure. So if I want to know it is a application level or else a pods or some other issues, will it be helpful this course?
See, understanding is a foundation level things that we are doing, Sai.
Mm,
So this level
yeah.
of understanding can be used everywhere because infrastructure is infrastructure. Ultimately, you are going to say
Yeah.
Windows machine or Linux machine only. End of the day, I'm saying. Okay, you are you
Yeah,
are
yes.
you are conceptually covering the Windows concepts and Linux concept, which will definitely helpful wherever you're doing, whether cloud or containers or Kubernetes or wherever. It's a conceptual things that we are learning with respect to Windows and Linux. It will be helpful. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I think we got a question from Sachin. Will we cover AppD and Microsoft? See, yeah, actually, we earlier had AppD. Some learners requested Dynatrace. We changed it. So now we are requesting AppD. So see, many learners requested Dynatrace, Sachin. So that's the reason we modified to Dynatrace. And also AppD, now they stopped much of community support. I mean, I would not say stopped, but limited. Okay, they limited their community support nowadays. So that's the reason we moved to Dynatrace completely, Sachin. And see, whenever we are trying to add additional or things, that is making the length of the course little higher, and people are thinking like I have to wait for these many days or what. That's the reason we did not add much of content into it. But learning Dynatrace, that knowledge exactly will help you in the AppD side also, because quite a similar concept, quite a similar understanding, you are going to get it in the AppD as well. So one APM tool, if you are learning, that is actually going to be the same for across the place. Okay.
So these tools would be paid, right? So if we have to like practice, how
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can
We'll
do
we'll
that?
do the we'll do the community account available. So we'll use that for our learning. I'll explain that how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the learners who joined today for evaluating us, this is Kumar sir number 8019952427. Okay, either you reach to this number. Okay, this is Kumar sir. I copy pasted this number in the chat. Either you use this number or you use this number also. Just a moment, because recently I heard certain network glitch in that number. Probably I'll give you the other number also. Just a moment. Yeah, this number. So 9701 571 581, right? So this is also you can reach out to. So I gave two numbers, guys. Okay, Kumar sir number. Okay, so 8019952427 is number, and also 97015711581. So that number also you can reach out. Anything related to course content, course timing, fees related, anything that you wanted to discuss, you can discuss with Kumar sir for further information. Okay. So this session is actually a weekend session, guys. Okay, weekend. Monday to Friday is holiday. Saturday, Sunday only session. Okay. In Saturday 1.5 hour, Sunday 1.5 hour we are going to learn. Saturday 1.5 hour, Sunday 1.5 hour we are going to learn. Basically, that is the objective of this course content. So 1.5 hour Saturday, 1.5 hour Sunday, 25 plus hours of session. Okay, 25 plus hours of session we are going to learn, and all these sessions are actually recorded. All these sessions are actually recorded. uh, uh, these videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. These videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. We are uploading this video in the YouTube playlist URL. You can have this video for lifetime access. Any number of times you can watch it, and then you can bring your question, we can discuss. And all artifacts, supporting documents and everything, we are going to share it through Google Drive. Through the Google Drive we are going to share everything. We are going to practically learn, right? So you have to set up in your machine, and then we are going to learn it practically. All industry best practices and interview questions we are going to discuss in our regular sessions continuously. So you don't want to miss any session, you wanted to have a continuous learning, please reach out to Kumar sir. I pasted his number in the chat, 8019952427, and you guys can drop in your message. I mean, you can drop in your mobile number and Gmail ID or email ID in chat, so that I'll request my team to have all the further communication. Any documents needs to be shared or what, all those things, I'll ask them to share it with you. So you can drop in your mobile numbers and email IDs in the chat also, so that I'll request my team to have the discussion, or I'll ask them to share the artifacts with you, videos and artifacts with you for further communication. So those who wanted to have the continuous learning, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. Okay. So as I mentioned, already we started, but from tomorrow we are going to start our day one session, the introduction part of performance engineering topic we are going to do. So we don't want to miss anything. Please enroll yourself for this course journey, and then we'll have our continuous learning. Very important concepts, as I mentioned, very important concepts we are going to learn. Start from the fundamental side is actually important, starting from initial level, which will help you to have a continuous learning. So those who wanted to have this learning, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. Any question, guys?
So as you mentioned, these videos are all pre-recorded, right? But if we want any more clarity or we have any doubt, so
No, I did not say pre-recorded.
okay,
What I'm speaking is actually recording right now. Post the
okay,
session, we will share this video. I'm saying. See,
okay,
any exceptional cases you are unable to attend a day, so nothing to worry, because that day video you are going to get it in the YouTube playlist URL. That is what I'm saying. I did not say it's a live session only. Anyways, you are going to have a live session once, and post the session also we are going to share the same video to you in the playlist URL.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So if we want to enroll, how we can do? Like,
No,
sorry,
I
I
gave the
missed in
number.
between.
Yeah, it's okay,
Yeah,
not a problem. I gave the mobile number, right? In the chat, if you look at it, like
Kumar sir's, is
80199,
it?
Kumar sir number, right? Two numbers I gave.
Okay.
You can message
Yeah.
them, get the required details. I mean, whatever they are sharing, you can get it.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So, class will be
Or else,
starting from tomorrow.
yeah, yes, from tomorrow.
Okay. So 1.5 hours, is it?
Yeah. Or
I
else,
mean, sorry.
if you are
Yeah.
if you are already there in the group right now, I mean, you are part of the group now in the
Yes.
demo group.
Yes.
You can drop a
Yes.
message there itself. People will follow up with you. They'll follow.
Okay, fine. So 7 to 8:30. 7:30 to 8:30. How is it?
7:30 to 9.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thanks for remaining it. It is 7:30 to 9 Indian time, and corresponding timelines are there in the website itself. You can check it out. Okay, it is there in the website. Okay,
And
here it is.
yeah, what about the price? It's like 7,900.
The commercial related things you can touch base with Kumar sir. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
He will explain.
Thank you. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Commercial is actually I showed from different page. Maybe this is a commercial.
So
You
Shravan,
saw, I think
can we have your
you saw Dynatrace page. Okay, sorry.
yeah, so Shravan, can we have your number as well in case of any query or
Oh,
questions?
I'm part of the group itself, but this is my number.
Which one? Sorry.
No, just a minute. This is my number. I'm part of the group already, but if you are not part
Okay.
of the group, this is my number. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So thanks for the learners who joined today for evaluating us. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you people. Yes, we are going to continue the same in the rest of the course as well. So, anyways, we'll meet tomorrow. Thanks for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.
So Shravan,
Yeah, Vishal.
uh, can you stay just for 2 minutes once everyone left? I just want to ask one thing.
Yeah, yeah. Please wait for a moment. I'll stop the recording.
Sure.